Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Gacha News segment on the 5-9 Gaming channel. I'm your co-host Sly, and I hope everyone is able to keep up with the Gacha frenzy that is going on with many Gachas recently. A reminder to all viewers that if you are enjoying the content, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to stay up to date with all things 5-9 Gaming. In order to help understand the Gacha frenzy, let's start the news this week. JP Grand Cross is starting its pre-launch celebration of the 30 million download celebration. There will be a free unit banner that will introduce Denzel. This won't be a standard free unit banner, however. While it is the same aspect as Arthur, Matrona, and Hellbrum, it includes 60 SSRs. All of them have a 0.1% rate, including the new Denzel. This is essentially every unit in the general pool. Why? I don't know. Although they are all at a 0.1% rate, the rate for an SSR is 6%. Some units in this pool include, but are not limited to, Red Darriere, Blue Zeldris, Sariel, and Grease Small Deanne. Denzel is guaranteed on the last step, and he will be given at level 80 and 6-star upon the final step. For what Denzel does, his passive reads increase his allies' recover rate by 10% at the start of every turn, limit of up to 5 times. His first skill is a single target attack that will also grant lifesteal, allowing him to heal a portion of the damage dealt. His second skill assumes a stance, and when attacked, he will inflict corrosion damage on the attacker. His ultimate is an AoE that will grant him the ability to not fall below 1% for 1 turn. As usual with every new unit, there are new cosmetics that release alongside them. Final Boss Escanor will also be rerunning as well, so time to dust off those blue models and attempt this final boss. I still have PTSD from this final boss for anyone that doesn't know its horrors. Due to the issues Tower of Trials was experiencing last week, they closed it immediately and will be handing out the appropriate compensation to all the players who did not complete all the stages. If you already completed all of the tower before they close it, you will not be receiving the compensation since you already completed the tower. Pokémon Masters is revving up to start its 1.5 year anniversary. Piers and Obstagoon have been introduced into Pokémon Masters. With how popular Piers is, he is also a solid defensive unit. His move called Obstruct allows him to take up a defensive posture. Using this move again will make the user leave the defensive posture. While in the defensive posture, the user nullifies an attack move that targets the user, and then the user leaves the defensive posture. If the move was a physical attack move, sharply lower the defense of the Pokemon that used it. Thankfully, his grid allows him to get 2 Obstruct MP refreshes, which will allow him up to 40% chance of refreshing a use of the move. We will also be receiving an EX power-up for Lance and Dragonite, as well as Signature Cynthia and Como. I already have Cynthia ready to be EX once it's available, and I know Garesh will be happy about Lance getting his EX. Alongside getting an EX, both of these units will receive new outfit styles, as well as having their sync moves turn into AoE attacks, since they are both strikers. Lastly, Cresselia will be receiving a Legendary Arena. Reminder that Legendary Arena does not give you a copy of the Legendary Pokemon. It is not an event to obtain the Pokemon. It is a raid boss style event where you can use up to 30 sync pairs per difficulty. She is weak to dark types in all 3 difficulties and phases, so be sure to work up those dark type Pokemon. Dragalia Lost has some big things planned for the next month. Part 1 of Chapter 18 comes out today, February 18th. You might be wondering why it's only Part 1 and not the full chapter. Long story short, they got rid of doing interludes, which was just story to read, and now do the full chapter in 2 parts. Currently, there is a prize showcase banner going on right now, and the featured unit pool is really tempting. It includes Grace and Belina, 2 of the top shadow units in the game, with Grace being arguably the best unit in the game. If you choose to summon, I will not blame you. I did myself, and thankfully it only took 2 multis to get Grace. However, if you are on the fence of whether or not to summon, my advice would be to skip until the half anniversary that starts on March 27th. Yes, that is a month and a half away, but considering what last year's half Anni unit and Gala Alex brought to the game, it's safe to say that it will be an amazing unit that could be borderline must-have. Do keep in mind that it is possible we will be getting a Dream Summon on February 27th. This is a paid-only thing, but very worth it should you choose to take this route. Grace is part of the pool of units available for the Dream Summon, so newer players, if you wish to use the Dream Summon, it is 1200 Diamantium, which is paid currency only. There is, however, a beginner's pack in the shop that includes 1200 Diamantium if you have the means to buy it. Jean d'Arc is speculated to be getting a Gala variation called Gala Reborn Jean d'Arc at the end of this month, so be on the lookout for more information on that. Time attack for Cayenne begins tomorrow, February 19th at reset. It gives out Eldwater, Testaments, and Gold, so partake as much as you can. Now over to my co-host Nalar to close out the news for this week.
Thanks a lot, Sly. Kotodaman is going to have a collaboration with Demon Slayer. The official release date for the event is February 25th. There hasn't been too much information revealed about the event at this time, but it will be a JP exclusive just like the game. For those unfamiliar with the title, Kotodaman is a RPG word puzzle game, meaning if your Japanese is a little rusty, it'll be quite difficult playing the game. With that in mind, it's said to be similar to games like Puzzles & Dragons, so fans of that game who are fluent in Japanese may want to check it out. The Alchemist Code is having a collaboration with Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne Remastered. You heard that right. They specified remastered in the announcement, meaning it'll focus on that version as opposed to the original. The only info released on the upcoming event is that characters like Demi-Fiend and Black Frost are definitely coming, with more possibly on the way. As of now, the launch of the collaboration is March 1st for JP, with no word of a global release. In the past, Alchemist Code events tend to remain JP exclusive, so global players shouldn't hold their breath for this event to come over. ReZero Infinity is crossing paths with Konosuba again. Previously, back in October of last year, ReZero Infinity's characters appeared in Konosuba's Gacha game, and now the characters from Konosuba will be returning the favor. In ReZero Infinity, players take control of 3 party members and fight in traditional turn-based battles. Characters are set with 3 normal attacks with a special and a final attack. Players must decide when the opportune time is to use their certain moves to ensure victory. The event just recently started this week, so players still have time to participate. Currently, this event has only been announced for the Chinese version of the game. Don't think we forgot about you global players, and luckily neither did the people over at SINoALICE. The game is having a collaboration with That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. The event will feature characters from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, its soundtrack from the anime, and an all-new original scenario tailored to the collaboration as well. The event will be released simultaneously for both JP and global versions, which is always nice to see. For those unfamiliar with SINoALICE, the game director Yoko Taro is the same person that is behind the Drakengard and Nier series. So fans of those games' characters and stories may enjoy this gacha as well. If you're interested in participating in the crossover event, you can start today since it just launched February 18th. It's not gacha news without some controversy, am I right? In Marvel Strike Force, Scopely, formerly ran by Foxnax, is getting raked over the coals for their latest event, which is tied to the recent Lunar New Year. Scopely put out a quote-unquote rewarding event, which had individual players spend power cores, the game's premium currency, which provided orbs to rank up in an event. Not only did this quote-unquote spending event reward individual players with coveted gear, gold, and character shards, it also featured a cumulative alliance milestone structure as well. In essence, if you didn't whale out or you weren't in an alliance with whales, good luck getting those amazing rewards. This is the final straw that broke the camel's back, as numerous issues have been building up for the past few months, such as Gold Crunch, Gear Crunch, too many character releases, not enough farmable characters released in a timely manner, lack of attention to detail and notices, real-time arena being more of a waste of our time with each update, Doom raids being catered to the top 0.1% of the player base, and on and on and on I could go. In a concerted effort to review bomb the game to get the publishers to notice, Reddit and the top alliances were determined to make #FixMSF work. In response, the developers squished all the milestones to make it more feasible, a measly 3,000 power cores instead of a 5,000 power cores to get all the rewards. And they put out a blog post noting some issues and vowed to have fixes implemented in 3 weeks' time. So far, it seems to have tempered people's anger, but the last time the #FixMSF movement gained traction, the proposed solutions already seem to be things the devs and publishers were going to implement anyways. We'll see if Scopely can quell the people, as krakens, whales, and content creators are all up in arms with the tone-deaf actions and responses. F's in the chat for our last story today, boys. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Shooter will be making its last Jojo reference April 13th, 2021. The game was originally released in 2014 and has been a JP exclusive ever since. It focused on the first 3 chapters of the series, with the next 2 being added in 2015 and 2018. For gameplay, players would tap their screens using medals, specifically striker medals, which represent a character's ability set. Experienced players would take advantage using combos by accessing a medal's available health and special attacks to deal out as much damage as they could. There were colors assigned to medals similar to that of Dragon Ball Legends, adding advantages and disadvantages depending on your medal's color. Players would select 5 characters for teams, with 4 for the beginning of the match and the last being a backup. There were even animated sequences and character models that stayed true to the style of the anime. Although the game is coming to an end, it had a good run of 7 years. Jojo fans itching for another gacha should be on the lookout for the news from K-Lab, who is currently working on a brand new mobile title. Whether it will top this game or not remains to be seen. That's all for the gacha news this week on the 5-9 Gaming Network. On behalf of Sly and the 5-9 Gaming crew, we hope you all have a good rest of your week and best of luck on all of your summons. Have a good one.